Revelation 2:9. Now, the thing he's talking about is a teaching that came up with Origen and Augustine. And up to the time of Origen, all the church fathers were premillennial. Cyprian is premillennial, Justin Martyr is premillennial, Irenaeus is premillennial, and all your church fathers, Papias is premillennial, and those church fathers were all premillennial at the time of Origen. Origen, about 250, was the first one to bring in the idea that the world was going to get better and better till the kingdom came, and that the millennium was not real, it was a spiritual reign of Christ. Then after Constantine, the time of Augustine, all the church fathers adopted that. So if you want to get documentation for the amillennial position, it has always been stronger in church history than the premillennial position. Because Catholics and Reformers all took that position, or post-millennial position. You take people like John Calvin, Martin Luther, and Knox, and Melanchthon, and that bunch, and Zwingli, they were good men in their day, and God used them in their day, and thank God for them. But they were blind as a bat in some things. Martin Luther was blind in infant baptism, and John Knox was blind in the millennium, and Zwingli was blind on some things. I mean, those fellows were just coming out of the Dark Ages. They still had a hangover. You've got to be patient with them. I mean, I appreciate Martin Luther. I thank God for him. But Martin Luther was all fouled up in a number of things. You see, God doesn't hand all the truth out at one time. It takes time to reveal it. And as it comes along, each group resists change as the thing comes along. I think God got plenty more to show out here. He hadn't shown anybody yet. Matter of fact, I know he does. I mean, don't stop with Luther and Calvin. Well, Knox and Calvin and those fellows were not deep Bible students. They weren't. They were engaged in Reformation. And thank God they were, and thank God they got done what they got done. But they didn't know very much Bible. Calvin had one of his adversaries burned at the stake, a Portuguese converted Jew named Servetus. Would you burn your theological enemies at the stake? Folks say, you're Calvinist? Not me. No, sir. He set up a theocracy at Geneva. Theocracies of the devil. No such thing as a theocracy without Jesus Christ. No more Christian than Rome. Rome had a dictator, the Pope, and Geneva had a dictator, John Calvin. I'm not a Calvinist. You get talking about these things, the Baptists get upset because they read Spurgeon, see. You say, well, you know, he won a lot of souls, not as many as Billy Sunday. You're talking this way, you know, kicking idols and Baptists being they shift around and all this kind of stuff. I think Spurgeon's a great fellow. Thank God for him. Praise God for him. Praise God for Martin Luther. More power to him. But be careful. Be careful.